Good morning, John here. You can hear the cement truck. My neighbor's getting a driveway poured. You can hear the drum rolling over. I know that sound well from back in the day. But you can see I've got the array on the right at a 45 and the array on the left about half that, about 27 maybe, 28, somewhere in there. And it's lower. I made it a little bit lower. I just came off that other post, and I get a little shade there. You can see up on that one little, when the sun is over, when it's straight overhead, there's no shade, but really doesn't matter much. I did that so I could mow under it a little easier, because I'm usually fully charged by noon anyhow, so it doesn't really matter much. But yeah, I don't have the mobile ones anymore. I got that all. I still got the pipe over there if I wanted to put something over there. Got pole beans at the tops of the sunflowers again. I still got the pipe there. But yeah, beautiful morning. Gonna get out in the kayak. But yeah, somebody made a comment on my my configuration here. Got wires and more wires. Yeah, that's the bad thing about these, I guess. The good thing is you can take them with you if you move. But I guess I don't need that light. But this is the one I have set up as the master. It's 74% charged. Right now I'm getting just a little over 1,000 watts. And this one is the slave. 97% charged. And 1350 watts. This was, I guess, the question, always the question, you know, what would you do different? Before I get into that, we lost power for almost 5 days, about 4.5 days, and then it went off again a couple more times and then came back on. But this last storm we had here a few weeks back, and everything, you know, functioned well. Now that I've got this in split phase and I'm plugged into the same place that my Kubota generator, and I used the Kubota a little bit when it was really cloudy, you know, to run the well. But I mean, I can run everything now. I can run all the same circuits that the generator runs now, and I plug into the same place. I use the same transfer switch, and so it works. It functions. I learned a lot. I've never done it before. This was my experience, my schooling, learning. You know, if you ask that question to anybody that's doing them right now, it seems like the technology is changing so fast. It almost reminds me of the computers back in the 80s. It just, you know, you buy something and then right away it's obsolete. There's something, you know, bigger and better. I guess if I was to stay in the Bluettis, if I was to do it over again, I'd probably go with the 500, the AC500. A little more capability as far as your wattage. I don't like the 800 and the 900 because it doesn't have the touch screen. You have to do everything from your cell phone. That's the only drawback. And you have to hardwire it, I believe. I think you can rig it to where you can, you know, plug and play like this. It's still plug and play. It's just it usually sits down next to the panels. But you know, I've got this one. Well, this is my generator, and I've got this little I've got it full of firewood and garbage can right now, but that's where if it's storming, that's where the Kubota wheels out. I've got it on wheels. I wheel it out and stick it underneath the little shed there. But anyhow, that would be my thoughts on it. It's you know, oh, another thing I would do different is I would probably go with larger panels. I went with, I've got 12 100-watt Renogy panels, and I've got a string of 6 and a string of 6 in series, and then those 2 strings in parallel. I would probably go with like a 395 watt or 400 watt. You have to be careful not going over the wattage, because I know some of those vary up, especially if they're bifacial. But I could run, let's say, three 395s. Well, actually, I could probably run all 6 in a series and stay under the voltage. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the one I think there was a Canadian Solar on Signature Solar the other day. The voltage, max voltage, was like, was it 36 something? No, it was a 48, so it had to have been like 40 something. So you might have to, I'd have to look, but you can't go over 150 volts on my inverters in my AC300. Now, if you were to go with a larger unit and get the higher, but that's what I would do if I had the AC300s. Still had the AC. I think I would go with the larger panels, because you could run. You wouldn't have to have them in parallel. Oh well, that's my thoughts. But there's always something, always something you do different, no matter what you do. I guess if you don't do anything, you're not doing anything. And if you do something, you're usually doing something wrong. But you're learning along the way. So, all right. Hope you all have a good one. God bless.